All right, everybody, welcome to Best of NWF's Raw After Show, November 23rd, 2015. Coming off probably, in my opinion, the worst pay-per-view of the entire year. We come into Raw, not really sure what to expect, but not in a good way. So we kick off Raw with the Authority coming out, which is definitely a tired storyline from this iteration to the multiple times they've done the Authority, corporation, owner, blah, blah, blah. They had the chance to end it this last year at this time, and they didn't, and the Authority's still around. Are they bad guys? Are they good guys? Not really sure. For some reason, they don't like John Cena, but John Cena makes them the most money. It doesn't make any sense. They don't like Roman Reigns, but they like Sheamus. It's just weird. They don't make any sense. So Authority comes out, touts the victory of Sheamus. Sheamus comes out, gives a damn good promo in the ring. The crowd wasn't kind of in it either way, but I thought Sheamus gave a better promo tonight than Roman Reigns has ever given. So of course Sheamus, touts his victory. Roman Reigns comes out, looks like an idiot. Then Rusev kicks him from behind. Awesome. They set up a match later in the show for Roman Reigns versus Rusev. They also set up the match at TLC, Sheamus versus Roman Reigns. Now, that Roman Reigns victory last night, as much as I didn't want to see him be WWE champion right now, I don't know if they should have had him win it, because now he's already been a champion, and now what's the thrill of the chase at this point? I don't really see it. He beats Sheamus. That's not a big a victory they could have had going a different direction, but that's the history now, so we'll have to move on from there. After that, we have Team 3D versus the Wyatts. The Dudley Boys, when they first came back, I wasn't that excited, but I was like, oh, okay, cool. Another team in the tag team division, some veterans, kind of teach these young guys, how to work better. But I think they ran into the New Day, and it took away all of their steam that they had, and I think that was a complete waste. They should have had them at least get in a feud with a tag team and win that first feud back, because I'm just not excited when they come out. It's not like I'm seeing the Dudley Boys from 2002 putting, Mae Young through a table. We're seeing the PG era 2015 Dudley Boys, and I'm just not as excited for that. I want to see the Wyatts taking over Raw. They had to lose again last night at Survivor Series to The Undertaker and Kane. Two guys, combined age of 90-something years, beat four guys in their early 30s, late 20s. Come on, that is ridiculous. So you have the Wyatts come out, and I think they just kind of wanted to give them some sort of victory. Of course, all the Wyatts swarm the Dudley Boys, but I think the Wyatts need to win a feud. Bray gives great promos. Their team looks great. They work as a unit, but the New Day is winning more than the Wyatts. How ridiculous is that? The New Day is entertaining as hell, but the Wyatts, Bray Wyatt can live as Bray Wyatt forever, whereas the New Day eventually is going to meet its end. I think it's time to really start investing in Bray, or don't. Don't try to make him seem like a real threat when we all know he loses every single feud he's ever been in. I'm a Wyatt fan, but I'm kind of getting tired of seeing him come out there. It's a drag for me to get so excited. I'm like, all right, he's finally going to go for it. And then they kind of pull out the rug, and I think they think his mystique is bulletproof. He's not The Undertaker. The Undertaker could probably take all these losses and still be The Undertaker, but the Wyatt hasn't built that foundation yet of being, unstoppable force. So Wyatt's, definitely get the upper hand on the Dudley Boys there. After that, we have Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch. And I don't know if it's the different atmosphere. I don't know if it's whoever's putting these matches together. I saw Sasha and Becky give outstanding matches in NXT. But tonight, it didn't look that good. And it looked awkward. But I've seen them do great matches. And I just don't understand on Raw, what's the difference between NXT? NXT is supposed to get you ready to be on Raw, but for some reason, you know, they just haven't translated. And this is a pairing that I know can do a good match together, and it still was awkward. And I don't know. I think I'm happy they had a lot of time tonight, the women, but something they need to fix whatever's keeping them a step off. That's what it always looks like in every women's match these days. So Sasha picks up the victory there with some great heel tactics, and good for her. You know, the crowd's been chanting, "We want Sasha" for months. Finally get to see some more of her, so that's good. After that, we have the New Day 1 year celebration, hoedown, or um, whatever they were wanting to call it. And it was awesome. They come out, they're just great on the mic. I think the initial segment of it went a little long before the Lucha Dragons came out, and then the Usos came out, and you could see the New Day is definitely not only a step ahead of their counterparts, but many steps. So I really don't want to see the New Day losing these titles anytime soon. There's no reason for them to. The Usos, stale as hell. No character development for them. The Lucha Dragons are awesome, but they haven't done anything meaningful with them, and that's a shame. So, the highlights of this: Kofi Kingston breaking the fourth wall and saying that country sucks, and that's not his character saying it. That was awesome. Of course, everything with them is so unified, and they play off each other so well. It looks great, and I'm just happy to see that they're getting the time they need to shine. After that, we have Mark Henry coming out, and he's going against Neville. Kind of interesting match. They've been sending Mark Henry out there over the past 6 months or so as the guy that some young up and comer beats, and it shows, whoa, what an upset. But I think anytime you see Mark Henry go out there against someone, unless he was going out there against Curtis Axel, I'm expecting Mark Henry to lose the match. And Michael Cole seemed all shocked when Neville won, but I think 95% of the fans knew Neville was winning this match. Mark Henry's non-existent. It's nice that he's willing to put over a younger talent and really, give them something. It just sucks that his stock is so low right now. It doesn't really mean that much. So, good for Neville picking up the victory there. After that, we had Cosmic Wasteland, Stardust, and the Ascension versus Goldust and the Primetime Players. What a waste they're doing with Cody Rhodes. He's really embraced the gimmick that he has. I like his pairing with the Ascension, since apparently WWE has no idea what to do with a good tag team. Glad to see Goldust back. Maybe this year's WrestleMania we'll finally get that Cody Rhodes brother versus brother feud at WrestleMania. Primetime Players, they have kind of been non-existent in the tag division, but they definitely got the upper hand here. But nothing really to say, because okay, so they have this match. Okay, so maybe they have a pre-show match at TLC. Like maybe they have a match on SmackDown. Like who cares? It doesn't matter. So after that, we have Mex America, Zeb Coulter, and Alberto Del Rio coming out, and Zeb Coulter does this weird promo from. He drives his scooter down in front of the announce tables and then gives this promo, and it's awkward, and Del Rio gets on the mic, and it's super awkward. And then Jack Swagger comes out, even more awkward. And Jack Swagger, I was like, oh, he still works here? This is horrible. This is rehash. It's just not good. This Mex America thing, like, who proposed this idea? They should be fired. It's just dumb. It's just too dumb to make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. They should kill this. I like the idea of putting Alberto with a manager, but this pairing is weird. It just doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna crap on that. I don't even care about that. After that, we have the rematch from Survivor Series, Paige versus Charlotte. Paige had this convoluted thing where Charlotte's hand was under the rope and she did the figure eight. Way too complicated. just say you're having a rematch. It doesn't matter. That other part did not matter. Um, their match last night, like I was saying before, all these women, I know they can put on good matches. I've seen in NXT, but for some reason on the main roster, they're just not in sync at all. Last night was just a train wreck. It looked like their first match. It looked like the Tough Enough competitors going for a match. This match tonight was definitely a lot better, but there were some spots they tried to pull in. It just didn't look right. Charlotte should stop doing the spear. Her spear never looks good. It always looks like it misses or doesn't hurt. I don't know why she keeps doing it. Someone in the back needs to tell her either do it right or don't do it at all. Um, Paige doing great heel work, but Charlotte, which I know could put on a good match, is faltering and stumbling around. Paige is stumbling around, and it just looks ridiculous. Ended up in a double count out. I don't know if that was meant or not, but either way, it wasn't a good match. I don't know where they're going with this. Maybe they'll have like a women's ladder match. I don't know what they're gonna do because this whole feud has been a train wreck. So after that, we have Heath Slater in the ring, which was a nice surprise. Happy to see someone getting some TV time that, you know, you have Roman Reigns getting all this TV time and attention, but you have these other people like Cody Rhodes, Heath Slater. Where's Damian Sandow? And they're getting zero TV time or next to zero TV time. So it was nice to see Heath Slater. He has his guitar. I thought he was just going to play a song, but he played into the country music sucks thing, which New Day had already done earlier in the night. Even if he was scripted to say the same exact thing, if I was him, I would have pulled an audible and did something completely different. But he stuck with that, so the fans didn't really care at that point. Ryback comes out, Heath hits him with the guitar, but Ryback ends up, taking him out. So I don't understand the point of this. Just happy to see Heath Slater on TV. After that, we had a tag team match: Dean Ambrose and Ziggler versus KO and Tyler Breeze. When this match is announced, I'm thinking in my head, KO, first of all, he would never partner with Tyler Breeze, so that took me out of it. Um, Dolph Ziggler, Tyler Breeze feud, I don't care about. Dean Ambrose, biggest pop of the night. The crowd was more behind him than any other wrestler, and he's losing to Roman Reigns, and then in a weird tag match with no consequences the next night on Raw. It's just, I don't get it. Dean Ambrose could have been the guy. You should have pulled the audible there. If Dean Ambrose won and then Sheamus cashed it in on Ambrose, Ambrose would be full-fledged babyface rocking it, but they didn't do that. So I don't know where Dean Ambrose goes. I don't know if he's feuding with KO for the title. I guess. Ziggler and Tyler Breeze feud. Where is this going? Nowhere. So, Dean Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler pulled off the victory there, but who cares? It doesn't even matter. So, after that, we go to our main event. We have Rusev versus Roman Reigns with Sheamus ringside. And Roman Reigns, I hate to just keep bashing on this guy, but he doesn't sell in the ring. He's always flopping around, but not in a good way. He's just sitting there. He doesn't sell kicks. He sleeps most of the match. The other guy has to run circles around him to make him look good. And so what? So he could do his drive-by, which is just a kick, do his spear, which isn't a finisher, cock his arm and do a punch. That's not a finisher. A Samoan drop. I don't know. His moves suck. His friggin' entrance needs to change. He's the only former Shield member still wearing his Shield outfit, coming out to the Shield music through the crowd like the Shield. Doesn't make any sense why he kept the music. If anyone was going to keep that music coming through the crowd, it should have been Ambrose or Rollins, not Reigns. So, this match went on longer than Ambrose versus Reigns last night. So pretty much WWE is telling us it takes Roman Reigns longer to beat Rusev than it does to beat Dean Ambrose, the number one babyface in the company. That's pretty funny. Sheamus had some good interference in there, then got thrown out ringside. Rusev held his own after that, dominating Reigns. Reigns finally starts getting the upper hand, and Wade Barrett comes out and Bullhammer elbows him. So this is an interesting thing. It looks like the Authority has recruited all the guys, from Europe to join them, and I think that's good for all of them. I think this is great for them because they weren't doing anything. Wade Barrett, extremely talented, wasted away for years. Rusev should have beat Cena at WrestleMania. That would have been this big story going on. Sheamus. Well, they played out goofy Sheamus for so long that I don't think it would take a lot for him to be considered taken seriously again. So coming out of here, I'm not really sure how to feel because Survivor Series all-time low for this year, coming into Raw tonight with some questionable booking decisions, and I think wasted time. You have 3 hours, and there's looking back at this card, there's not 3 hours worth of entertainment. So for Best of NWF, this is our Raw After Show.